Look, folks, let's be honest. The Warriors' offense and their defense was very stale last year. Kind of got stale after they won the championship. Yes, we weren't making our shots, but this motion, pass became more of a standstill. And that's why Steve Kerr brought in the man right there on the right, Jerry Stackhouse. Let me take away my camera. Right on the right and on the left, Terry Stotts. Stotts, the former head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, with Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum. Jerry Stackhouse, former player, was head coach at Vanderbilt. And 2 games into this preseason, we're seeing Terry's influence on this Warriors offense. So in this episode of Warriors Digest with your boy Randy Silver, we're going to break down Terry's influence on the Warriors offense, what the players are saying and what we're seeing. It's positive. Coaches are seeing it. The players are seeing it. So if you want Warriors news around free agency, trades, game recaps, game previews, analysis, breakdowns, and more, this is your spot. Like, subscribe. We do it all for you. Let's dive in to the video. Okay. So Stotts' influence is on display for all to see in Warriors preseason game versus the Kings and the Clippers. The stuff that we're putting in with Terry, the Portland stuff, you saw that in the second half. Steve Kerr said after the win, the flares, Buddy is built for that. Buddy being Buddy Hield. When he says flares, it means popping out. You got a player doing a dive and you flare out, you make yourself available, catch and shoot. Time and time again on threes, on drives. This is exactly what the Warriors do. So let's start with this play. Brandin coming down. You got 2 players up top, one going through the paint, where will be Trayce Jackson-Davis, and then Kuminga's down in your corner. Brandin drives, great pass, all the way over the Moody, catches it right in the pocket, and just shoots. Typical Warriors offense right here. Catch and shoot. That normally is Klay Thompson. Great vision by Brandin. Brandin drives this time. Lynn goes up, gets him up in the air. And then look, you see Kuminga right here. He's flared out, goes into the vision. Imagine this is CJ McCollum where Kuminga is, Agent 00, and it is Damian Lillard driving to the basket. He pops out, finds CJ McCollum up top, bangs the 3. That type of offense is what Terry's bringing to this, continuing the move, get the ball around. Warriors have done a little bit, became a little bit standstill where it was solo ball, but he's really making sure these players continue the move. Kuminga with the solo 3 right there, not a lot is changing. We'll show one more. So you got Brandin coming through, going down, and again, great pass. We see Steph make that pass to Klay Thompson all the time. Buddy Hield, catch and shoot, and one. Kuminga to BP right there. So we're seeing the 3s coming in. Some of this is Terry Stotts. Some of this, I just want to show the 3s. It's just making these 3s. So if we go back, it's a lot of motion. His offense isn't terribly different from what the Warriors have done. It's just adding an addition, which is why he's a great addition to this team. As a friendly reminder, Stotts spent 9 years with the Blazers as their head coach from 2012-2021. He has CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard, just never got over the hump because the Warriors beat them in the playoffs. The Warriors, in the start of the fourth quarter, ran a play to free up Buddy Hield in the 3 corner. It wasn't there. Podziemski was then able to get a layup at the rim. Per Kerr, that play was a Terry Stotts action. The Portland stuff that he ran with Dame and CJ. Part of the idea of bringing Terry in is his offense resembles ours. A little bit more structure and personnel. So we're bringing that into ours. So I like the stuff we're doing, and we're blending it in very well. We had 28 threes in the game. Yes, we made 28 threes. A 63-point advantage will not happen every time. When asked what he liked most about the threes, Podziemski said he credits the ball movement and everyone being involved in the offense. Unprompted, his answer included praise for Stotts. Shout out to Coach Terry. He drew up some good stuff out of timeouts that gave us some easy looks too. So some of the plays I showed, again, just finding an open man, making yourself available, be ready to go. Nothing crazy to this Warriors offense, just continuing to work on that. And I like what he said coming out of the timeout. You know, Steve Kerr isn't known maybe as the best in-game manager, in-game head coach. And that's where Terry can come in and really help Give us defined offense coming out of timeouts, coming out of halftime quarters, and not making it just, hey, players go play. Let's have some more flow structure in our plays. One thing I love about Steve Kerr, he really promotes his coaches. So during preseason, he'll relegate his duties to his coaches, especially in the second half. Terry Stotts was handling a lot of the timeouts and setting up the plays. The Kings made a 3-point game with about 3.5 minutes to go. In a 60-second timeout, Stotts had control of the offense. What did he do? Lindy Waters immediately came out and hit a 3 out of the timeout. Waters made another 3 1 minute later that increased the Warriors' lead to 11 points. Beekman made a 3, gave us 28 threes in the game, and that was that. So the fact that Steve Kerr allows his coaches to have this ability, it gives the players confidence in them, but also shows their chops, and we get to see it as fans and what he can do. He's very good at communication per Kuminga, which you would expect as someone who was a head coach for 10 years. Kuminga, 16 points, 4 threes in that game. Every time you see something and he's helping us on the offensive end, he's trying to communicate. He's helping us for sure. Brandin, a future, I want to say potential all-star once or twice in this league with how he can play. A future star, main player on this team. Kuminga, potentially a supermax player at some point. Is it this year, 4 years from now? Is he future all-star? All these questions. They're saying great things about Terry, and you would expect nothing less from a head coach who's respected in this league. So you got BP up top. You got the screen action right here. He's going to pass it over. Great pass, one-handed. Drives. And look at Buddy Hield making the movement and drains the 3. He could have potentially just stayed. Look, he's behind Anderson. Anderson could have got the ball, but defender goes baseline. Great. So Hield goes up top. Wide open 3. 2 players can't get there. Next, you got Santos with the ball. He's right below the screen. Cuts it. Boom. You got Moody in the corner. Could make that 3 right there if he wants. Cuts and shoots. Makes the better pass to Lindy Waters, who's right here. Let me move the camera. And look how much room Lindy Waters has. And you know, sharpshooter like that, after making 5 threes against the Clippers, he's not missing that shot. And having that depth coming off the bench is really, really important. The Warriors have, let me pull this up really quick. You got Santos who can make a couple shots. Waters has proved he can make threes. Brandin can make shots. Moody can make shots. Kuminga can make shots. He's been getting better. Looney is trying to get there. Trayce Jackson-Davis is trying to get there. Anderson can make shots. Hield can make a lot of shots. GP2 hit and miss. Melton can make shots. So now you have 5 or 6 players who can come off the bench and help score. More depth for this team versus really we were top heavy for quite a bit of years. Not even mentioning Wiggins. Draymond shooting the 3 better, and you got Steph Curry. So with Terry Stotts' offense really helping influence this team, setting plays. If we need a basket coming out of a timeout, get Waters in the correct position. Get Kuminga in the correct position. Get Wiggins, Curry, what it may be. And we know Steve Kerr loves deferring to his coaches, especially in games that maybe aren't as meaningful in preseason games, letting them coach. And you're seeing the success. And the players will have more confidence in this coaching staff. Defensively, Jerry Stackhouse, not where we need to be. We talked about that in yesterday's video, that the defense always comes later. Offense comes first, defense comes later. As you get more gelling, you get used to playing with each other. Also, Stackhouse needs to do some player development with these younger players, Kuminga, Waters, Moody. Hield ain't young. Melton. Overall, he's going to be working with these players. So hopefully this gives you some idea that the Warriors are starting to buy in. It's a new culture coming in, and Stotts is a big part of that as a former head coach, bringing in his ideas. You're going to see that again tonight when the Warriors host the Kings in their 3rd preseason game. Let me just make sure I get you that time. Warriors, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. They play Friday evening. Friday, let's go. Folks, of course, we'll have all the news breaking down everything for you. Warriors Digest, we keep you updated on everything Warriors that you need to know. Don't miss anything. Randy, out.